Judy, I owe you and all of the listeners an apology.
Oh.
Yeah, so last week I was sick, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there was a couple times where I had to blow my nose on the air. And if you were watching at TABPOD, you would have seen that I was tapping my microphone because I stupidly thought that I was muting the microphone so that I could sneeze. But apparently that wasn't the case because, it came out real sloppy over the air last week. So, I apologize. I apologize for that momentary lapse of acumen. I will just use the mute button on the website from now on. So here we are.
Yeah, lesson learned.
Yeah.
It's okay.
You know how I first found out that it happened?
Did your mom text you?
She didn't text me, but we were at Asher's baseball
Oh.
scrimmage. And she was like, "Oh my God, you were sneezing."
Oh, that's
Welcome
good.
to a conversation with Judy and Ryan right here on YouTube at TABPOD. Check us out there. Check us out on Patreon at TABPOD. $5 a month gets you onto the ticker team. I forgot to tell you guys. Judy almost got taken off the Patreon.
Speaking of, I think I actually need to still redo that. My bad.
No, you're good.
I'm
You're
a bad
good.
ticker team
I checked.
teammate.
I checked, and you're good. Someone else is not. I'm not going to say their name. I'm never going to say who did this. But if they're listening, they know who they are. Because they were alerted to this issue already. And here's the other thing. You know what? If they can't afford to do it, because, like me, they're a poor, then that should be our $1 members tier name. A poor for our $1 members.
Appors? The appors?
No, just a poor. Like you're at the a poor tier level.
Oh, okay.
We'll workshop it. It's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I thought that was very funny when I got to send the screenshot saying that Judy's card had gotten declined.
I'm like, wait, what?
Oh, man, that's what you get for doing all the money laundering, having 75 bank accounts, okay?
Wow.
All right.
Anyways.
So, Judy, I started off the show by saying how sorry I am, but now I'm going to need an apology from you.
Okay.
Because you made me watch the Gabby Petito documentary on Netflix. First off, though, real quick, I want to say, and I understand these were short episodes, so I'm not like trying to, at you, but you got to let someone know if it's a docu-series.
Oh, sorry. I probably should have mentioned
I
that.
remember last week, off air, you said to me specifically, have you seen the Gabby Petito thing on Netflix? And so I jumped into it last night thinking, all right, an hour and a half, maybe at most 2 hours, right? And like I said, to be 1,000% fair to you, I think in total it is 2 hours full of content, right? But I get on, I'm like, 3 episodes? What? Oh, God. Because I'm thinking, I'm old, right? I'm from television days. So I'm thinking that every episode is going to be something like an hour to, an hour plus. And then I'm like, oh, no, okay. Okay, we're good. These are 40 minutes. We're good. Okay.
Yeah.
But you got me to watch that. Uh-huh. And the first 2 episodes especially were so heavy, you son of a bitch. You made me have so many feelings.
I'm glad because I want to know your thoughts on this whole case. I know it's a case because I think there's still ongoing,
I mean,
like with the parent side, like civil stuff, I guess, but
so
that's
So, real quick background information. If you're unaware, there's a documentary on Netflix about Gabby Petito, who was a social media content creator. She started a vlog for a van life series where she and her fiance would live in a van and travel
mhm.
across the U.S. And unfortunately, what ends up happening to her is she was murdered by her fiance. Okay? And this thing chronicles the entire journey with them, basically from when they meet to, when she's found and everything.
Mhm.
Uh, I mean, I'm watching it last night and I'm just sitting there and I'm crumbling watching this because you're seeing this girl who just seemed to be like just I think the EP put it best. She was like, she's just a ray of sunshine. There's a ray of
Mhm.
light. Always seemed to just she had like a smile. It wasn't like cute, but it was goofy cute. Like she
Right. Yeah. I
like
know.
she was just one of those people seemingly that just was happy about being happy. It's one of the things I
Mhm.
love about my wife is that she sometimes is just like that. She'll just be in the house and be like have some stupid spinning ballerina song stuck in her head, and she's just like, I'm just spinning ballerina, yeah, yeah, or whatever it is. But I'm watching this, and obviously it's very the documentary is very one-sided in how the information is delivered. I'm
Of
fine with
course.
that, but
Yes. Yeah.
let's keep it a buck. It's very
Yeah.
one-sided in how the information is delivered, but it's very obvious that Brian, the fiance, was a manipulator of manipulators,
Mhm.
and that there were telltale signs that she should get out of there. And ugh, the thing that, other than the stuff that hit me personally, we could talk about that later if you want. The thing that really struck me, other than how Brian's family is, and I know we're gonna talk about that,
Yeah.
was the body cam footage with the police.
When they got pulled
And
over.
yes, where they got pulled
Mhm.
over. And I'm not even saying that they did anything wrong, because they are police officers. At the end of the day, they are supposed to go off what they determine to be the facts. And all the facts were showing them that she had hit him, right? So they get pulled over. The story is that she's got too much OCD and she punched him and he's pushing her away, and that's how she maybe gets a bruise on her face, but he has scratches all over him. So the story is more believable, whatever, right? Um, but the issue that I have is that one of the police officers based that she was acting the way she was because of anxiety, which I get. She was obviously very anxious in that moment, right?
Mhm.
But bro, you're not a psychologist, right? Like
Mhm.
or it's not your job to diagnose someone with a mental instability and determine if they should be released on their own recognizance because of it, right? And
Right.
and that was the big thing, is that he's saying, well, my wife has a lot of anxiety, so okay, well, you've been with your wife for, I'm guessing, let's say 5-ish years, so you've been with her a lot. Have you been with this girl that long? No, so you don't
No.
know.
Right.
Did you go and look at any medications that she's on compared to what your wife is? No, you didn't. you know and I really didn't see how terrible it was until I saw the mom later on talking about the body cam footage and
Mm-hmm.
saying how she saw how terrified her daughter was.
Right.
And then it was like, it's like the meme we've all saw, where then that was all I could see.
Yeah.
All I could see was a terrified face who is, you know, in a bad situation. So
Yeah.
that was that. Yeah, it was just real tough. It's real sad,
Mm-hmm.
but it's, I don't know. I don't really know like what to get out of it either, to be quite honest. Right?
Right.
Because it's not a happy ending in any way, shape, or form.
Nope.
Like, I thought maybe they were going to go into how this can be used as a springboard into doing more searches for just people in general, because they had the real small segment about how people of color go
Oh
missing
yeah,
all
like
the
at the
time
end.
and it's not
Yeah.
investigated. I don't mind that's at the end. The issue I had is that they built it up by having the one lady who's talking about how everybody's looking for Gabby and it's kind of bullshit that no one looks for these other people, right? And then even the dad's like, well, I looked up the statistics and it's fucking terrible. And then nothing. It was done. So
Yeah.
that I like, I thought that was going to be the message of it, like that, or hell, like don't let domestic abuse happen, regardless of how things are looking or something. Like I don't know, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then the parents.
Oh, the parents. That's really what I wanted to talk about.
Okay.
Not Gabby's parents, Brian's parents,
Brian's
because
parents, the
like that
Longberries.
the first footage that you see of them when the cops roll up to their house and they're just being so, I don't know why they were I mean, I get now why they were being so defensive, but like, I feel I understand that that's not a cause for law enforcement to like arrest them or do anything, right? I get that they have their right to not answer any questions but at the same time, like you're just making yourself look so much more guilty by not cooperating.
100%.
That's all.
100%.
Like they could have just said like, we don't know anything, but they just kept saying, talk to my lawyer, talk to our lawyer. Like we don't know anything, blah, blah, blah. And
which, by the way, is
like, wait.
And I totally get it that you don't want to incriminate yourself, and cops can and will use everything that you say against you in any way, shape, or form.
Right.
So I get lawyering up, but I mean, it was so shady because
The shadiest.
just so you guys know, after he got done murdering this young woman, he went and called his mom. He had a lot of other dumb shit, but he went and called his mom
multiple times.
Multiple times, but one of them was a 55-minute conversation. And then immediately after that, they call an attorney and get attorney services, right? But they're trying to say that they have no idea what's going on. Come on. Come on.
Like there's literally paper trail of them wiring money to their lawyer.
$25,000. Okay.
This whole family is insane. And honestly, I do not feel bad for them for getting harassed by their neighbors the way that they did. That's just me.
I'm not going to lie. I went into it because they show you that they were getting harassed at the beginning a little bit. And I was like, oh, that's not cool. By the end of this, I was applauding them. So I was like, yes, you get outside that house. Let's go.
Like, these, I don't know. And it's just that. And then like that weird relationship the mom had with her son and writing that letter. Okay, first of all, why would you write a letter that says burn after reading? That's like...
Oh, burn after, especially with the content in it, right? Where, and I get it, you can say that this is a figure of speech, but I'm not buying it. In the letter that is titled "Burn After Reading," she says, "If you tell me you've killed someone, I'll bring a shovel so we can hide the body." Like, so it just
like, lady, what is what? This whole delusional ass family, and I was just like, wow. I go, I wonder if, like, your parents, like, would ever do that.
Mine?
Yeah. Would they go to the bat for you and say?
I mean, yes, they would. They would to an extent,
to a degree,
right?
Exactly.
Like,
yes.
And so murder is hard off the table. Hard off the table.
No.
Hard no, right? But I could totally see my parents, like, if I had a couple kilos of weed or something like that. I just need to leave this here. They wouldn't be happy about it. They wouldn't be, but I could totally see that. Or I'm trying to think. Yeah, well, see, the thing, my parents have a really good life, so they don't want me to fuck that up. So I mean, I don't know. But
we just know murder is a hard no.
Yes, we do know murder is a hard no. And as we were talking about the weed, we feel like it's a yes, but we're not as comfortable as we were when we said it, okay? So
that's a maybe.
It's a hard maybe, okay?
It's a hard maybe.
Yeah. No, and I mean, like, it's the same with my kid, right? Like, he's 9, so if he's doing some Dexter type shit at 9 years old, then okay, we got to have a conversation, right? But, I love him more than anything, but that's one of those things, like, no, you got to face the consequences of what you did.
Yes.
Yes,
that's exactly
We'll
it.
still get you a lawyer, but guess what? You're not coming to our house, you're turning yourself into the police. And then the lawyer will already be ready for you, right? Like, it's one of those scenarios, but...
Right.
Oh,
right. Like...
God.
Yeah, that whole thing, Keith and I just decided to watch it randomly on that day, and I was like, oh my God, let's keep watching it. And we just had to keep watching it to figure out what happens. And I was telling him, I go, don't you remember when this story came out, like, a few years ago? He's like, no, I really don't. I go, but it was the year that there were so many news stories of women disappearing. It was like crazy. Like I think it was like 2021. Was that the year? 22, 21? It was like 21 or 22. But I think there was like 2 students from LSU that disappeared.
That was the same year that all the kids in the house in Iowa died.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
Yeah, I'm talking about that. That's just okay.
It was just
what happened.
It was just a bad year for, I guess. Like, but I just know I felt like there were so many other stories of women disappearing or being found dead that year.
Oh, God. I mean, I'm looking right now, but none of these names are ringing a bell, and I don't want to sound disrespectful, so I'm not going to name them.
Oh.
No, I know. I'm just saying, like, if any of these sounded familiar, I'd bring it up, but nothing is popping in my head. So
yeah, I just remember being on Twix and seeing. It felt like every week there was a new story of another woman.
Well, you can't trust Twix. Come on.
But it was like CNN types. Like,
you can't trust CNN. Come on. What? Oh, they're the news. Okay, you could trust the news.
Okay. Anyways, moving on now.
All right, fine. Moving on. On to greener pastures, Judy. I have discovered the greatest new reality television show. You know how I like my reality TV. right?
I do know. Okay.
All right. What network do you think, or what streaming service do you think this reality show is on? And it is a dating reality show.
Oh my gosh, another dating reality show, Ryan.
That's right. Look, I'm romantic, okay? Okay, I love me fucking romance, okay?
I'm gonna go Peacock.
Nope, not on Peacock.
Damn.
I'm gonna give you one more guess.
Don't say Tubi.
No. I honestly haven't even downloaded Tubi yet. I need to. Apparently it's got a lot of the stuff I love, but I haven't downloaded it yet. One more guess, please.
One more. Okay. It's a popular streaming service, I'm guessing.
I would say it's the most popular.
Netflix?
Nope.
What is it?
This on YouTube, baby. Excuse me.
I should have guessed that first. You're such a YouTube kid.
I am a YouTube kid, 100%. Let me ask you, Judy. Have you heard of a gentleman named Druski?
Yes.
Well, Druski has a show called Could Have Been Love.
Oh my God.
It's basically a spin on The Bachelor. But it is ratchet with a hard R. You know, it's the kind of hard R that normally gets people in trouble, if you know what I'm saying, okay? But it is my favorite new thing. I just want you to experience a little bit of it with me, real quick.
Oh my God. Okay.
This season on Could Have Been Love.
Druski and Ruby Rose are apparently in a real relationship.
Yeah,
Their relationship wasn't real at all.
She and Rose were in a relationship. We don't care about that, okay? It talks about them breaking up, but then this is where we want. This is the
Some people say money can't buy love. $50,000 can.
The hottest women in the world.
hard lie. That is a hard lie.
All competing for the love of one man.
Come to Papa.
My man, where's my man? Druski said he like him seasoned, baby.
I'm the Barbie that you can't play with.
Let's give him one fave. We gonna have sex that night.
If I want it, he gonna eat it.
I'm here for $50,000.
See me in there.
These other women ain't got shit on me. Druski know that.
Eat titty stud. Somebody gonna get slapped tonight.
Cause I'm really like that. I'm used to having.
She is really like that. Look, I don't need to keep going into it, okay?
Oh my God. Wow.
Y'all can see what this is, right? But this is my fucking addiction right now. I am so into this show. I went and looked at the previous. There's two. As of this recording, there's 3 episodes out, right?
Okay.
I went and looked at the previous recording earlier today to see, based on the 1 week interval, when the next one will be coming out. And I was like, oh, it's 6 days, so the next one probably drops today. So I check it a couple hours later, and I see the little premiering at 6 p.m. And I was like, damn it, I gotta get ready for the show. I can't do the show and watch the show. Ah! So I'm real focused on, after the show, I'm going right to YouTube to watch Druski and these ratchet people do their stuff. It is so good. It is so good on so many levels.
Wow.
Half the women are studs. I had to explain I was talking about this show last night. I explained to my mom what a stud was. It's like, what's that? I was like, well, it's a woman who dresses in men's clothing, normally also a lesbian, but I mean, there's also levels to it. So,
Yes.
you know, there's so many studs. And here's the other thing, okay? Normally on shows like The Bachelor or Love Island or, you know, whatever we're doing,
Yeah.
the women and the men, but the women are like 9.5s across the board normally, right?
Right.
Give
of
or
course,
take some variance, right? But
Yeah.
this show, we're averaging, it's like what Pete was talking to last week. Okay, we got 2s and 3s, baby. Okay, there is maybe, And it took me an episode and a half to find it, but there's maybe 7.5. Maybe. And then look, I'm a hard 4. I get it. Okay. My titties are bigger than Judy's. I'm not trying to besmirch these women, but you know what this is? You know why I love this so much? Because this is 2025's version of Flavor of Love. That's what this is. Except
that's the vibe it's giving me.
Except the women on Flavor of Love were actually more attractive than the women on this show. I love it so much. And then he nicknames all of them. Okay?
How did you stumble upon this show?
A coworker. He was like, yo, y'all watch Druski? Watch That Could Have Been Love? I was like, nah. He's like, check it out. It's funny. And god damn it, if I'm not on the heroin now, I'm just every couple days, just tap the vein. But the nicknames, Judy. One girl, the one who's screaming, my man. Right?
Yeah.
That girl's name is Bambi on this show. Because she's so graceful. The other big chick named Meatball.
Meatball, no.
Oh my God. And then everyone be fighting. Everyone be fighting the whole time. You know what it also reminds me of? I kid you not on this. It gives me early Jerry Springer vibes. Right? And if you watched Jerry Springer back in the day like I did, you'll know what I'm saying, because early in Jerry Springer, like let's say the first third, they would fight on the show. They were fighting everything.
Yeah.
So you had to I had sex with my stepdaughter and her wife and my mother's son at the same time because it was a Diddy party, but now we got to fight over it, right? But then it just went to, okay, well, we're going to cut the fighting out, but we're going to add a dog into the mix or something like that. Like that's what Jerry Springer turned into. So this was Flavor of Love meets Jerry Springer. Oh my God. It's like my birthday. That's what this is, if you guys ever were wondering what I want for my birthday, I just want a box set of this show, okay? Just put it on a DVD and send me a box set. Oh.
Wow.
It makes me so
I would
happy.
have never guessed.
Oh man, I'll finish on this one with this, okay?
Oh.
You know what he calls the little person?
What?
Nugget! Come on! And then he got that bitch's feet on the table, all naked. You know what that's gonna do to the internet, Druski. He got it just like, there's your foot. Here's a foot right in the camera, right? At least I got socks on when I do it. Oh, okay.
Oh, man.
I've had enough fun. I've had enough fun talking about Druski. Yo, look, if you're not going to check at TABPOD out on YouTube, go look at Druski's channel because obviously it's worth it. But enough of that. It's now time for Am I Overreacting? Okay. Now I got to find the picture that I took. Here we go. Am I overreacting? Is my husband an anti-Semite? Me, female, 25, Jewish. My husband, male, 28, non-Jewish, had a discussion that led to him saying something that extremely upset me. We were basically debating whether or not Elon Musk did a Nazi salute, as well as those two guys at CPAC then did the salutes as well. I obviously clearly saw that it was undeniably Nazi salutes. And when I was explaining how that is of great concern to me, he was brushing it off and he was denying that they were salutes, so that the conversation eventually led to him saying, I kid you not, you just need to get over the Holocaust. I, of course, argued back that something we should never ever get over, just like any other tragedy, like that's happened in history to anyone. I was just in utter shock because I was not aware that I married the ops. Her words, not mine. We've only been married for 5 months, mind you. I was genuinely heartbroken. Am I overreacting? I'm going to say anytime you refer to your husband as the ops, you're a little bit overreacting. But I'm okay. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm going to say if the hard line is your husband's an anti-Semite, I'm going to say overreacting. However, if the hard line is your husband an asshole, not overreacting. Not overreacting.
Right. I agree with your two, but at the same time, like, why would you say that to your wife?
Bro, exactly. I'm
like,
and that's what I'm saying. Like, because here's what I think is going on. Okay. I think she's someone who brings it up more often than he's probably used to because it's something that means something to her and her family, as it probably does to most Jewish people in general, right? And so then she sees Elon and these two other guys do what looks like a Nazi salute, all right? I'm not going to say that it was an intentional Nazi salute. Maybe I'm wrong. I hope I'm not wrong on that. But it damn sure doesn't pass the optics test. I'll tell you that, okay? But I have a feeling that, like, she won't let it go, and he's just like, it was just a mix-up, a slip, like, whatever. And then he's just like, oh, my God, everything comes back to the Holocaust all the time. You don't get eggs at the store. Holocaust. Like, I feel like he was trying to make a point and just did it really, really poorly. Or maybe he's just an asshole. I don't know. Like, you've only been married for 5 months. You probably only met him 2 days before that. So, I mean, this generation doesn't respect love, right? So.
True. You're right.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's my line. I'm not going to say homie is an anti-Semitic. Because, he married a Jewish person. I find it hard to believe that you would be an anti-Semite and you marry a Jewish person. But I don't know.
I don't know. People be doing some things these days.
Like, well, you know how the older generation is always saying that the newer generation is kind of bitch made? Like, every generation says that about the next one. Maybe this is just how the new generation is bitch made. Like, I hate Jews, but I'll marry one. Like, maybe that's what it is. Maybe the next generation is just kind of punks. I don't know.
I don't know. There could be those people who are racist and end up marrying a person of color. I honestly don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's just that's how it happens.
Is that a kink?
Back in my day, racists knew how to be a racist. Okay, I'm saying this new generation of people with their equality, except for when I'm angry. Okay, come on, guys, let's get it together. Ah, fuck. I honestly don't know where I'm able to find these am I overreacting from sometimes. Like, I can't. It's like I was talking about last week with the bubble, right? It's just the stupid bubble. I'm in that stupid bubble now, and it's never going to let me go. Oh. Judy, I've been meaning to ask you.
Wow.
We didn't have a production meeting last week because somebody was gallivanting off across the U.S. How was your trip to Nowlands? I'm basically Louisianan, so I could say Nowlands. They accept me as one of their own.
Okay. Yeah. No, I didn't know, but okay, cool.
You should have dropped my name. I'm sure you would have gotten like a couple of free beignets. Yeah.
I should have known.
Oh, Ron brought you down the way. Oh, come on, come on. See,
What is that accent?
that's the Cajun accent. What you talking about, Ma? I'm gonna get you some jambalaya gumbo, yes, sir.
Okay, so
See, it's like you're back in New Orleans, huh?
oh my god.
I'm sorry, New Orleans, huh? It's like you're back. All right. You're welcome. How was your trip?
It was awesome. So this was Keith's and I's first time doing like Mardi Gras, right? Mardi Gras. And it was
How many
not
beads did you
anything I
get?
expected. I got tons of beads. All right. Let me just say, I got
Shut
tons
up,
of beads.
you
But
slut. You
listen,
slut.
listen.
You're showing your titties everywhere.
No, that's the thing. No titties were shown anywhere.
This
I
new
was not-
generation, I swear to God, just giving out beads without seeing titties. This is bullshit. Y'all don't even Mardi Gras right anymore.
Like I was telling Keith, I go, whenever I always thought, or like telling Keith and my other, like my friends and stuff, like I always thought Mardi Gras was like this crazy titties everywhere type parade. But maybe it's because of the weekend we went. So apparently people in New Orleans they start celebrating Mardi Gras like right after the new year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then I always thought Mardi Gras was just like Fat Tuesday, right? Or whatever the weekend leading up to Fat Tuesday is. And that's how I always thought Mardi Gras was. But apparently they celebrate it the beginning of January, and they
So
have
by the time you got there, they were all hungover, essentially.
no. I
I've
think
seen
it was
enough
still
titties.
early.
No more
No.
titties, please. Okay, I'm tittied out.
No, we were still early because Fat Tuesday doesn't happen till. So I guess this weekend would be the crazy Mardi Gras weekend. So
But
we
you
went
said
during
that-
a
now I'm
more
con-
family.
Now I'm confused because you said, so you're saying they do the family-friendly Mardi Gras from
Early.
January
Yes,
up until
early,
Fat
yes.
Tuesday. Oh, okay.
I think
thought
this
you
is
meant-
the more family friendly
Okay.
weekends leading
then-
up to the debauchery of normal Mardi Gras that we
You
think
guys
of.
went on the wrong weekend? God damn it, Judy.
Well, we went with my work, so it was like a work family weekend.
Your work is paying for family trips?
Yeah, well, they paid for me, and then Keith came along. So
No, I get that. I'm just saying, like, interesting. It was like a getaway, like a work getaway,
like a
Like you guys
team getaway,
a team
yeah.
building thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that would
so it
also been
was-
awkward if they were flashing titties everywhere. Then at a
That's
work.
something. I'm like, everyone had their kids there, so I was like,
I mean, don't worry, I'm taking Asher down to the Fat Tuesday one, but that would have been a little embarrassing for you. Oh.
but
I
yeah,
can
it
just
was-
see his big-headed ass walking down Bourbon Street. What are we doing, Daddy? I'm gonna show you
carrying
what's up.
beads around.
I'm gonna show. Why do I have all these beads? Oh, don't worry, we're gonna show you. Don't worry. You become a man today.
Oh man, it was so funny because I posted like a selfie with like all my beads, and my friends were like, "Judy, how did you get these beads?"
Yeah. So what? Do you just ask for
I was
them
like,
then?
listen, no. So during the parades, all the floats, they start just throwing beads at like everywhere. And so you just kind of catch them, or if you make eye contact with the people, they'll like hey, you're waving at them, they'll throw you beads and
Oh,
stuff.
I see how
And-
they do it then. So it's like what heroin dealers do, but in reverse, right? So heroin dealers give you the first taste for free, and then like you're like, I gotta come back, I gotta get my fix, right? But no,
That's it.
instead they give you the fix for like a month and a half straight. And then they're like, "Oh, you're nice and addicted to getting the beads, are ya? Show me them
Everybody
titties."
loves the beads. That's it. There we go.
That's how they do it. Oh, diabolical.
And so that was just so much fun, and it was really funny because they made signs for the kids, and one of them said like, "Hey, it's my birthday," even though it wasn't really their birthday. But this kid, like, I was holding the sign for them so I can get all the toys for these kids. This one of my boss's daughters got like this huge alligator stuffed toy. I was like, they're just giving all this shit out. And they're like, yeah. Like we end up donating. Oh, you know, like the people the locals there, they're like, yeah, all the kids get so much stuff. So they ended up just like eventually just donating it back.
Oh my God.
I was like, wow, this is insane. And they go all out. Like the streets were crowded with people. They bring ladders for kids to sit on like these boxes that they drilled into these ladders. It's like a whole thing. I never knew what was happening. And I'm like, I want to come back. I'm like, I would love to come back to Mardi Gras because I don't know, before like Mardi Gras scared me and like
yeah.
Like maybe that's not my scene.
It scared the bad bitch. Okay. Yeah. That's believable.
I'm just saying that, so I never did Mardi Gras until now.
You know who I feel bad for though? Keith. Keith probably thought he was gonna have this weekend of debauchery of just titties everywhere. He did. He was like, and then Judy's gonna get all sexed up by seeing all the titties, and then we're gonna have like, the real good vacation sex. And then what happens? It's just boring ass family Mardi Gras. And then we have the boring ass regular vacation sex. No, my man got screwed at this vacation. Okay. Do you have any good food?
Yes. They catered for us lunch and dinner that first day, and then Keith and I went to get our char grilled oysters because bomb, love. Then we had some gumbo. What else did we have?
Etouffee?
Like jambalaya. No, we had jambalaya instead.
Okay.
And yeah, I think that was the majority of our trip.
Any beignets?
No, we had it last time and we didn't. I know. They were serving us king cake because it's Mardi Gras, so we had the king cake.
King cake's stupid, okay?
It's good.
I'm not saying I said it was stupid, not delicious, okay?
No, but what?
Because you're just
Why would you say
because you're eating this cake, so hopefully a fucking choking hazard will be popped into your mouth.
The baby.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's like, I didn't die, so this must be a good omen. What the fuck? Come on.
Yeah.
My people in New Orleans are probably going to be having an issue with me saying that, but I'm just trying to keep it real, okay?
Maybe.
Don't worry. I'll make it right when I come and visit my peeps, okay? Okay, it's fine.
When he comes to the real Mardi Gras.
Exactly. Well, I'm the king of Mardi Gras. What you talking about? And then you told me that your trip gave you a theory about the airport, and
it's not my theory.
It's not your theory now. Okay.
No,
Whose theory is
it's
this?
not mine. It's I don't know who created it or something, but people talk about this thing called airport theory, where they say you only need 20 minutes from when you get into the airport to get to your gate. And me being I'm not going to say I'm a seasoned traveler, but I am a responsible traveler in which I like to be at the airport like at least an hour before my flight is supposed to board.
I mean, I'm sorry.
Okay?
You just stop now. Whoever came with this theory, you're just fucking stupid, okay?
Yes. Yes. And people do it on TikTok. They film themselves like, oh, look, I'm going to test the airport theory. I bet you guys it works. Like, yeah, no shit. It works because you're going on a random fucking Wednesday.
Yeah.
At like 7 a.m.
And you have you have nothing but your stupid backpack with you. You know?
I hate these people.
Oh, you know what this is? You know what this is, ladies and gentlemen? This is Why Does Judy Hate the Youth? Part 2. Last week we had the year year you were born that makes you old. Now are you
this generation that makes us shit?
Are you a stupid airport TikToker?
Yes. It's just stupid. You guys are so dumb because there's those who like start filming and talking about how like they missed their flight and they're crying and they can't get refunds, blah blah blah. No shit, because
you showed up 20 minutes before the flight.
Oh my god, it's so stupid.
Here's the one caveat that I can say where maybe the theory can work, okay? If you show up 20 minutes before the plane is supposed to take off, no. If you show up 20 minutes before the boarding starts, I might be more okay with this theory, right? Because it normally takes, let's say you can do all the pre-checking in and everything before you get to the airport. You have your boarding pass on your phone, right? So now you just got to get through TSA and you got to get to your gate. So it shouldn't take, in a normal airport, I know you got stuff like O'Hare, in which every gate is fucking 17 miles from the next one. But
DFW.
Let's just say on average it takes about 30 minutes, like if TSA is going smoothly. So from the time you get through TSA to your gate, you're talking about 30 to 45 minutes on average, right? So if you get there when it starts boarding, they normally board it about a half hour before they actually start or plan to take off. So you've given yourself an hour before takeoff. So that's what I'm saying. Maybe if that's how the theory is supposed to go, I can somewhat. It's stupid still because you're just making life harder for people who are responsible. Okay. And I get it. If it's an emergency, you overslept or something. Look, I'm not saying that mistakes can't happen, but if you're intentionally just trying to fuck everyone over.
If you're intentionally doing it,
come on. But
that's. And I was just telling Keith, I go, I can't imagine ever doing that on any of the flights that we ever take.
Well, and this is also how this is a skinny man's TikTok theory, right? Because there's no way my fat ass is walking fast enough to get through the whole airport in 20 minutes. I mean, leave me behind. It's fine. I'll catch up. I'll get the next flight. It's fine. I'm not gonna make it. I'm not. That's me. That's me.
Exactly. Yes.
I'm probably having to go to the ambulance and then hitting, and then maybe they medevac me to my destination, but that's the only way that works. All right.
Yeah, so the youths, dumb. Please stop listening to people like this.
Once again, Judy has determined that the youths are dumb.
Thank you.
Judy, I really hope that your revelation wasn't also that the youths are dumb.
No. Okay. So earlier today, just out of the blue, I'm here like, writing my little emails, updating spreadsheets. And I'm looking, I was like, oh, damn, it's, the end of February, it's going to be March. And I go, oh, damn. Like, I've come to this realization that I have been living in Texas for 5 years now. And on top of that, I was like, oh shit, it's going to be March. And like, that means it's going to be a 5-year anniversary that my first job out here told us to go home because we're working from home indefinitely. And I go, how has it been 5 years? It's been half a decade that I moved, COVID hit. Like, it is just so wild to me on how fast things have happened.
I'm of two minds about this. Because you're right. A lot of things have happened. A lot of stuff has happened to you since you moved, right? You moved there, you got your job, you've met your husband, you married your husband, you bought a house. Like, yes, you've had a lot of life stuff happening in those 5 years. But the other half of my mind, Judy, is like, her revelation was that it's been 5 fucking years? Like, come on. What the?
Yes, because it just seems like it was yesterday.
God, you know what? You're like a fucking timeshare salesman, okay? You sell me so much on the sizzle of this story. You're like, oh yeah, you'll be able to have a vacation whenever you want, and there's always a continental breakfast. And guess what? If you can't go, then fucking you could actually sell those and make a profit for yourself. So really, it's a win-win regardless of what happens. And then you get there, it's like, oh well, the dates are blacked out. Your continental breakfast is actually a fucking Pop-Tart that someone coughed on, and then you wanted to transfer those? Well, you're not making money on it because there's a 22% return fee that has to come with that. So really, you're owing money at that point. So you, Judy, with your revelation. Oh
my God.
With your fucking timeshare salesman.
Thank you.
Stop calling my phone. Stop. I don't want to come for the free tour. Okay.
Yeah, you do. You want to stay for the end of the presentation, okay?
No, I mean, look,
so you can get your free Disney ticket.
I would have preferred that you did. I get it. You realize this, right? I would have preferred that you hadn't delivered it as a revelation. But honestly,
I said it was my big realization.
I thought you said it was a big revelation. Hold on, I'm gonna go look at. I probably have dyslexia. Okay. It fucking does say realization.
It says realization of the day.
Yeah, but you put it. But you put it in all. Yeah, my mind's blown. But you put it in all caps too. You made it sound way more important than just like I realized it had been 5 years.
Yeah.
I realized that it's time I'll never be able to get back.
For real though. Damn.
Oh,
crazy times. We're gonna, talk about it soon again. What we were doing 5 years ago.
No, we're not. Because next time I read realization, I'll be like, I'm not getting tricked again. I didn't even get my fucking Disney tickets, okay? You said they were tickets to Disneyland. It was Disney on Ice? What? All right.
Disney on Ice. Oh.
All right, so then what's the plan for the next 5 years then?
I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I don't think we're going to be living here in Texas in 5 years. So
you're like, we'll see. My only goal was to move to Texas and find a man. And we did that in like month 3. So, we've just been playing with house money for the last 4.5 years.
Like, look, I know we'll be living somewhere not in Texas in 5 years. I can guarantee that.
Okay. Where are we thinking about moving more east or more north
more
or west?
West, maybe like Colorado-esque.
Don't move to Colorado.
Why not?
Colorado. It's
why?
So my brother, he's moving to Tennessee if he hasn't moved already. I don't think he's moved yet.
Oh, I didn't know. Okay, well.
But he lives in Colorado. It's so stupidly expensive there.
It is.
Like, it is. Not Colorado. If you want to go somewhere cheap and white, go live in Wyoming or something.
Cheap and white? We were thinking blue.
Okay, well, sorry. Blue means expensive. Like,
yeah, I know. Like, we technically Minnesota.
Yeah, and guess what? I guarantee you it's going to be expensive as shit to have to get a house that's fucking snowproof and go outside and shovel the snow out of your goddamn sidewalk every day.
Yeah, I know.
And you salt everything and the heat. Like, you're paying it one way or the other.
I know. Which sucks.
Also, you don't want to go to Minnesota, okay? Minnesota is like quietly red. Okay, very quietly, it's red.
Interesting.
Okay? Think about it like this.
Okay.
I got 2 things for you about how Minnesota is actually red. Okay, you ready?
Okay. Yes.
1, Kamala almost lost that state, and that's where her VP was from. Like, it was way too close for you to have home cooking, right? Second, George Floyd.
Right. I know.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I know. They got a football team that seems fun and kooky, right? But no. So look, if you're gonna just come back to Vegas, okay? Just come back to Vegas. You know, Like you can understand how expensive it is here, and then you'll want to move back to Texas in a couple of years. It'll just be this cycle. It'll just be the cycle.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I didn't have a cough before I started the show, and now I can't stop coughing. It's great. I came to a realization also, Judy.
Oh. Okay.
I realized that I may not actually have a soul anymore.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's the porn addiction.
It's the porn addiction.
I said it's the porn addiction.
Yeah, it whittled away at me. It whittled away. Thank you. This is why you're my co-host. You get me. But so two things. One, the thing that, well, pause real quick on that. But the thing that made me realize that I don't have a soul is the fact that I have two different stories about cancer, and neither of them really put me in a good light. So, I mean, it just like, you know, you'll understand what I mean in a second. So the first thing, my coworker was talking to me, and he was asking me about like, if the type of chemo that the EP is on is going to, you know, take her hair out and stuff like that. And I'm explaining how, well, it could, but she's using this cold cap, blah, 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 blah. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's like, oh, okay. I mean, I was asking because like, I know you as a person, and I'm like, what do you mean by
what? Yeah. What are you?
And he's like, well, I like, okay, if she goes bald, are you going to make jokes? And I go, are you fucking kidding me? Am I going to make jokes about if my wife is going bald because of her cancer? Am I going to make fucking jokes about something like that? Buddy, I've been writing jokes down for fucking weeks. What are you talking about? Okay? I'm ready for every cue ball, egghead, baldy, lemon head, whatever we got to do. I'm ready. And he was like, oh, okay. That seems like something. I'm like, look, if she tells me that they're not funny, then I won't keep doing them. But I'm this funny. Why would I not use good material? Come on. All right. So
right.
that was that, right? And then the next thing was we were talking about a podcast, and I'm sorry, I forget the name of it and the host of it, but during the podcast, there's a section that they do called On or Off the Island, where you get a certain amount of information on someone, and you get to determine if you would keep them on or kick them off your hypothetical island.
Okay.
Right. So one of the things, so we were playing that game, and then that led to another conversation of, all right, hypothetically, a man is able to cure cancer, but he's also a kid diddler. Do you take it? Do you want to know how I answered that question?
How did you answer that question?
How many kids are we talking? And do I know any of them? And I'm not gonna give you guys all the details of that conversation. I'm gonna spare you, okay?
Okay.
But let's just say, while we will be cancer-free, there is a generation of trauma coming. That's all I got for you on that one, okay?
Wow.
Look, I was thinking about it.
Okay.
I was thinking about it from a diplomat's perspective, okay?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, we're going to screw up a lot of lives by having this happen, okay? But we're going to save exponentially more lives by curing cancer. Who cares if a new disease will be created by the medical companies so they can keep doing the same thing to us? That doesn't matter. We won't have cancer anymore, guys. I'm trying to be the hero that you need, okay? Okay. Also, maybe
It's
I
like,
don't.
huh.
Maybe I don't have a soul. I'm not sure.
It's like, cure cancer and have no cancer patients, but then on the other side have a lot of generations of kid diddlers. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Well, no, not kid diddler. Kids that were diddled.
well, then you don't know. They could also grow up to be kid diddlers.
Oh, wow. So you're saying it's systemic too. Jesus, I didn't even think of that.
See, like you gotta think about that.
Oh, God. Oh, what have I
no
done?
Cancer patients.
What have I
Right?
done?
I'm saying no cancer patients or just more generations of kid diddlers.
Oh, God. Oh, see, this is why, being the person in charge, there's no perks, okay? There's no correct answers. Oh.
Yikes. Way to end the show there, Ryan.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll go back to on or off the island. I'll ask you a question, okay?
Okay.
All right. Is this person
No kid diddlers, please.
No kid diddlers, no kid diddlers.
Okay.
But I will say you get to ask one question about this person after I tell you about them, okay? So you get to do one fact-finding question, essentially, okay?
Okay.
All right. So this person has a vast Nazi memorabilia collection, but it's because he's really into history. On or off the island?
Does he bring anything of value to my island aside from being really into history?
Yeah, he's the historical expert because he's so into history.
Ugh. No, he's off my island.
Off the island? See, my question was, if he's so into history, how much of his historical collection is comprised of Nazi memorabilia, right?
Compared to like other memorabilia.
So what we said was in that collection, 1/3 of his collection is Nazi stuff. So I said,
no,
off the island, okay? I don't give a shit if it's just one thing. No. So what I said was, because it could be legitimate that he's just really into history and these are things of history, right? So I said, all right, if he's willing to give up that specific stuff to a museum, he can come on the island. If not, off the island, right? Because that'll tell me how much of a Nazi you really are, sir. How much of a Kanye West fan you really are, sir.
Yeah.
Okay? That'll tell me. If you're willing to put it in a museum, okay, no, you were just into history, and I get it. The pain of that time doesn't mean as much to you. Okay, I can understand. But if you're like, no.
These are my prized possessions.
These boots were worn by the Hitler man himself. What?
Red flags.
Yeah,
off the island.
red flags. Oh, God. Oh, that's when you get him out. You get him right out. Oh,
Bye, please.
Oh my gosh. All right, guys. That is going to do it for this week's episode of A Conversation with Junior and Ryan. Thank you guys so much. If you ever have any suggestions for the show, please always let us know in the comments. You can also hit us up via email, takeabreathpod@gmail.com. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe to this episode and the channel in general. And as always, we just really appreciate that you guys listen. Thank you so much for being on the journey with us. And we will talk to you next time. Bye.
Bye.
And